Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Neil Gray lives in a delusional state. Either that or he's doing some seriously heavy product. I'd like to know who his corner boy is. Because he says that his party, the SNP, have absolutely nothing to hide over the COVID messages. And if you believe that, my God, you need psychiatric help. Of course they have something to hide. That is why they've been deleting everything. Well, they've probably got nothing to hide now, of course, because they've deleted everything. But the man is clearly a moron, and he's clearly another one that's unfit for office. You cannot continually lie like this and expect to be taken seriously. Although, to be fair, no one really takes Neil Gray seriously. He cuts a ridiculous figure. His title includes Ministry of Energy, but he actually doesn't control energy, so he's a bit pointless. But then aren't they all? Anyway, we'll take a quick look at this to see what bullshit he's giving us now. More crap, more of the same, because he can't help himself. This is the SNP. Lying is what they do. Here goes. So, astonishing. Senior SNP minister claims party has nothing to hide over COVID WhatsApp messages. Pull the other one, mate. It's got bells on. Did Scottish Government Wellbeing Secretary Neil Gray was blasted by Douglas Ross for using the same excuse Nicola Sturgeon did, even though she has failed to come clean about the status of her pandemic correspondence. She doesn't need to come clean. She keeps denying it, which means quite clearly that she's deleted them. We all know this. And if she then claims, of course, that, oh, well, Mum, a confidentiality agreement, all that bullshit, which is, again, lies. Can't help herself, can she? Lies. Even the COVID inquiry said, no, there isn't a confidentiality agreement. Never has been, never was. You can talk about it. Absolutely fine. Go and tell them. Go on, tell them. Tell them what you've done. And she's like, no, confidentiality agreement. Panic stations while she thinks up the next lie. She's out of practice, you see. Hasn't been leader long enough. I'm not sure how to lie now. Bullshit. Anyway, a senior SNP minister has been blasted for making astonishing comments in claiming his party has nothing to hide over WhatsApp messages. They hide everything. They're the most snidey, secretive, sleek-it party that ever drew breath. They don't tell you anything. They hate admitting anything, even things that are quite innocent and normal. Go, shh, keep it a secret. Neil Gray, who is the Scottish Government's Wellbeing Economy Secretary, was accused of treating the families of those who died of the virus with contempt. He treats everything with a contempt. Contemptuous turd, isn't he? The former First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has still refused to say whether she deleted any of her correspondence during the pandemic. Daren't say she's deleted it. That's a crime. Daren't show what she's got. She'll go to prison. That's her quandary. Kate Forbes has confirmed that she has not. Hamza Yousaf says he has not. The racist and hate-filled wanker that is Hamza Yousaf has said he hasn't deleted it. But apparently Sturgeon daren't say because she knows. Anyway, it's led to the accusations that the SNP have attempted to cover up some of the conversations leading to key decisions being made because they know that those conversations would see them in jail. National Clinical Director Jason Leach. I always think it's very funny that you have a man in charge of the medicine in Scotland whose name is Leach. You know, and it's just, I thought it was humorous. What's the word? Nominative determinism, isn't it? A doctor that uses leeches is a bit of a quack. You know, it's quack doctory, isn't it? Anyway, despite this, the nationalists have repeatedly claimed that there's no wrongdoing, and we know that's bullshit, and that they are providing all information that has been asked for by the inquiry. My God, they're heaping the bullshit up quicker than you can wash it away. Deputy First Minister Shona Robinson confirmed last week that they were handing over 14,000 extra WhatsApp messages, but could not say that what was included in this tranche. This is a woman with an IQ of about 86. Mr Gray said that he fully expects the Scottish Government to hand over by the deadline of Monday, November the 6th. And we've got a story there. I think I may do the story on that one to show what they've handed over. He said, today, I fully expect we will be handing over 14,000 and we're not holding back here. We're fully cooperating with these inquiries. Yeah, we can guarantee that they will have been washed, filtered, to all the bad stuff taken out. And the 14,000 they hand over will be, bland and nothing. He says, we're fully confident in the information that we'll be handing over. Oh, yeah, you know why he's confident, don't you? And it'll be up to the inquiry, both inquiries, to disseminate the information in the way they see fit. If you think that the truth is full and unredacted in those, then you've got another think coming. He added, the First Minister gave a commitment last week that we would meet the deadline by today, and I fully expect this to happen. We're looking to make sure that we're fully complying with inquiries, because understandably there are families here who have lost loved ones due to the decisions made by my government, he didn't say. Mr Gray once again stuck up for Miss Sturgeon as he refused to answer whether he knew who had deleted messages. They all know, just none of them dare admit it because they know if one goes to jail, they're all likely to join them. Scottish Tory leader Douglas Ross called the minister's comments astonishing. Well, I'd say unbelievable. And also an awful lot of bullshit and lies in there, isn't there? They can't help it. They just can't. Everything they say. You know, if you see the mouth moving, you know it's just lies coming out. Anyway, he was saying that the former First Minister still hasn't come clean about the stages of her COVID WhatsApps. This is Douglas Ross. He said Neil Gray's responses treat those grieving the loss of loved ones and those who are desperate for answers with contempt. His party introduced an auto-delete policy on WhatsApp messages months after being told not to. For all of the minister's boast about handing over thousands of messages, crucial ones may never see the light of day. They were told not to delete. They were told, the moment they were told, if they delete after that, it's contempt of court. And here's the thing. Did you delete that one message? Yeah, it's contempt of court. Did you delete that message? Yeah, contempt of court twice. 3, 5, 10 times of contempt of court. They should do a year in prison for every single message that they deleted contemptuously. And that'll be the rest of their lives in prison. And that will concentrate the minds of others wonderfully. When someone like Neil Gray is given 30 years, how much do you think Sturgeon's going to get? Anyway, Neil Gray's claims that the SNP are being transparent, he said, simply won't wash with the public. Well, we all know that. They've never been transparent. They're a snidey little organisation. They're a hate-filled bunch of murderers, probably. It's especially when the Scottish Government's lead responders to the pandemic, Nicola Sturgeon, is still hiding behind process, despite the inquiry tearing apart her excuses for not revealing whether or not she's deleted her WhatsApp messages. She daren't tell the truth. This is a woman so absolutely scared of the truth that she can say nothing, because regardless of what she says, she breaks the law. Oh, I would love to see Sturgeon in a cell. Porridge thrown in, her in her orange uniform, whatever they wear these days, and just told, you've got no rights here, darling. Can you imagine the other prisoners getting hold of Sturgeon in a prison? Oh, it'd be joyous to see, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'll stop there and come up. Fantasising. I shouldn't fantasise. Trouble with Neil Gray is he's another one of those typical SNP politicians. Not very bright, over-promoted, thinks he knows everything about his subject matter, provably knows nothing, and then bestrides the stage like a colossus. And yet, in actual fact, he's a ridiculous little man in a very cheap suit. He's not who he thinks he is, and he certainly is what we think he is. A tosser of the first water. Incapable of doing his job, completely incapable of fulfilling his brief. And all he does is sit there and mouth the mantra of the party without a single thought of his own. What else is there to do? And of course, he lies and he lies and he lies, because they all just lie. It's the SNP. It's all they know how to do. I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope that's been enlightening. And we'll move on to the next video. There's a lot to do today, and I do have to go out. So there may be a gap, and it may run a bit late today. I'll just give you a fair warning on that one. But I am going to bang them out, because there's still some biggies in there today that I must get out. So bear with me as I crash through them today. It's just one of those days. Speak to you soon. Bye.